Hey world, what's going on? It's your boy Titus Peoples, and we are back with yet another episode of When Discussion Strikes. Please like and subscribe to Ultimate Class TV, and if you're watching on TV, Internet Network Channel 67, thank you. If you're listening to on Spotify, thank you. If you're watching this on YouTube, again, Ultimate Class TV, thank you. Today we are back with brother Glenn McBride.
What's up, man? How you doing,
He's back
bro?
in the building.
What's up, man? Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Looking
good. To
good.
see you.
Looking
yes,
good.
Yes. So a lot has happened since the last time we spoke. A lot of great things. So we're going to jump right into that.
Okay.
Exclusively on When Discussion Strikes. So, Glenn, brother, Graveyard Shift. We just going to jump right into it. Tell us about Graveyard Shift.
Graveyard Shift is a wrestling comedy, a screenplay that I wrote with my writing partner, Jimmy Kelly. It's about three best friends that work at a 24-hour pharmacy. They decide to do an underground wrestling ring during their graveyard shift to raise money to help their best friend out of a mob debt. So, and things go terribly wrong. So it's like a really crazy wrestling comedy that we've been writing, and we've been doing good. Been doing good. Got selected for a couple of film festivals and everything, and I just got selected at the New York Long Island Film Festival. So
that's dope. That's dope.
Thank you, man.
So, what went into that screenwriting process? Talk to us about the process of writing Graveyard Shift.
Graveyard Shift, I wanted that Adam Sandler feel comedy to it, so we started writing the script during COVID. So we were writing over Zoom, me and my writing partner, Jimmy Kelly, and I think we went through like 4 drafts and stuff like that, because like the comedy was there, but it's like we need the structure story. You're a screenwriter, so you understand the beat sheet and everything. Like, okay, by Act 3 we have to be here. By Act 2 we have to be here, and I think we went through like 5 drafts, and then we finally got the draft that we wanted. And when we read it, it was like, oh, this is hilarious, and the story's good. There's different type of characters. Nobody's the same. You know what I'm saying? It's not that cardboard one-dimension characters. Everybody's really funny and unique. So I'm really proud of the script. So,
yeah, I can't wait for that. Great.
Yeah, man. So we're trying to pitch it to investors right now. So see
nice. So you also jumped into the horror realm. Talk to us about Screamwalkers, or can you talk about Screamwalkers?
Yeah, I could talk about it a little bit. It's a project directed by Sean King down in Long Island. I play a detective.
Joe Penny.
Huh?
Penny.
Joe Penny, Detective Joe Penny, who is trying to solve these series of murders and trying to catch this killer in this small town. My department and everybody's not really taking it seriously, and I'm the one that's like, hey, there's more to these murders than what we see. So these guys, Sean King, he's actually going to direct it on video, like shot on video, like back in the 90s. So it has that retro style 90s screen feel to it. So it's a dope concept. We start shooting in November. Yeah. So
nice.
So, yeah.
That's amazing. So like Scream Walkers, like, you know what I mean? That's a very different title and it's very unique. Like It's a play on the word. It sounds like it's a play on the film Scream in a sense.
Yeah. It's it plays respect to that whole Scream franchise, especially the ones that we grew up in the 90s and stuff like that. Wes Craven and everything. And the script is dope. I got the script. I auditioned for it. I actually fronted Sean at an industry mixer. He was like, hey, man, I want to cast you in this movie. Can we talk? So we talked a little bit. I did a little audition right there in front of him. He goes, all right, you're casted. I was like,
wow.
Oh, wow. I was like, okay.
And sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
So that's amazing, man. I can't wait for you to start shooting that.
Me too.
So like you got one project that's going crazy, killing the film festival circuit, supply and
demand. Yeah.
Yes, please talk to us about the success of this amazing project.
I'm really proud of it. It started off as an idea way back when I was in film school. AI, I had an idea for this, comedy. I wanted to do something like Pineapple Express, Cheek and Chong, that kind of stoner comedy to it.
Stoner flick.
Right. So I started writing little ideas and scenes and stuff like that. And then after I graduated, started writing the web series. Actually, it was supposed to be a feature film, but due to money and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna break it up into a web series. So the short film they're doing now, that's all the episodes of season 1.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So when I'm done with the film festival, I will drop each episode online, season 1 and season 2. So right now it's good. Starring myself, Kyle Grant, Keith Lenza, Sharon Bay from AI, Ryan Staten also from AI, my boy Vaughn. Ike Infamous. We just have a real big multicultural cast, and it's doing really well at the film festival. So
it is.
Yeah.
I had the pleasure of seeing episode.
That's right. You came by the screen in Harlem.
Yes,
That's right. Yeah.
A very funny.
Thank you, man.
I laughed.
Thank you, man.
I left. So, talk to us about these other new projects. I believe you have a Christmas film that's coming out.
Yeah,
Tell us
yeah.
about the Christmas film.
I'll have a Christmas rom-com. It was written by myself, my writing partner Jimmy Kelly, and Brandon Brass. Brandon Brass is the one who came up with the concept. He was like, "Hey man, what would it be like if a guy found out that he got his wife and mistress pregnant at the same time?" So we're like, "Oh, that'd be interesting." So we started writing this idea. And Pull out. So we came up with the idea and everything. It was like, "Yo, we need a title for this." So we kicking out titles. One guy and two babies. It was just stupid titles, and it was like, "Yo, Pull Out," and it was like, "That's it." And we filmed it last Christmas, and it's really really funny. And we're almost done. We got to shoot one mid-credit scene, but I'm editing the movie as we speak, and then my plan is to release it next year. So,
Nice. So, Stall Buddies.
yeah. Store Buddies is a funny concept based on a true situation. So I was at work one time, and there's only a few guys that's in the office. So, if you got to do number two, you know what I'm saying, the bathroom, we give you that privacy. So one day on the toilet number two, another guy's in the store, he just sits right there, and we both waiting to see who's going to go. Cause like, I'm not going, bro. Like, you go. No, you go. And I have this thing called, I can't believe I'm telling you this, I have a thing called Poop Kit. So it's like when I go to like a public bathroom, I have my own little baby wipes, everything. So I'm fresh. And I remember talking to a friend of mine. He's like, "Yo, dude, that's a comedy right there in itself." So I started writing it, and it's a very wacky web series starring myself, Brandon Brass, Beth Zucker, Jenna, Kyle Grant, and it's about two office workers that become the best of friends after sitting on opposite sides of the bathroom stall, and it just becomes crazy. So it's coming out soon. We shot 2 episodes. We got one more we're gonna shoot, and it'll be out next year as well. So,
Yo, listen, you're a very hardworking man. So let me tell you, I see your work, man.
Thank you, man.
You do an amazing job at what you do. So my question to you is, which one takes up more time, or which one do you enjoy the most? Do you enjoy being behind the camera or being in front of the camera?
Behind the camera, I like it more. I love acting. You know what I'm saying? That's great. But I think behind the scenes because you have more control. Once you're
Absolutely.
an actor and you act in somebody's project, you don't know how they're gonna cut it. You don't know how they're gonna promote it. When it's my project, I know exactly what I want. Even when I'm directing, acting, I know what shots I want to use. I know what shots I'm going to use to edit when I get in the editing room. So I like that control. You know what I'm saying? When you work, but at the same time, when you're just an actor on set, you just gotta learn your lines. And after that, when they say when you're done, you can go home.
Right.
I don't have to work. I don't have to pack no equipment. I don't have to load no sound. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. You
It's
know what I'm saying?
basically, as soon as they say cut, you get to grab your jacket and
Go home. I just finished doing a movie called Walter's Wish, a feature comedy I'm acting in, and it was great. It was one location at this big house. I play this guy named Stan, and it's about this guy named Walter who hates his life, hates his marriage, and everything. And at his 49th birthday, he makes a wish, and when he wakes up, his life is a 1950s television show, black and white television show. So it's kind of like Truman Show meets what's the movie that they did it for Marvel? WandaVision, something like that.
WandaVision. Okay.
So it's like that.
I could dig
So it's
that.
like that. But it was great because I came in on set, did my lines, and I think one time they only need me for like an hour or 2 hours, and after that, go home. I went home, and it was right in Long Island, so it was like 20 minutes away from my house. So I was like, "Oh, this is great." So I miss those days where you just go in as an actor and then go home. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So, which one is more stressful in the mind? Like, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
I would assume acting because you got to do
Remember your
lines.
lines?
Yeah.
No, you know what it is? Because acting, once you know the beats of the script and you know by this time this was happening, I learned lines really quick, and then you rehearse and you're bouncing back and forth with actors. When you're director and producer, you know this. You're in charge of everything. You gotta make, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that your cast is getting there, and the crew knows got the call sheet, and your AD, your DP got the shot list and everything. So that's more stressful. Directing and acting, directing and producing is more stressful. A lot more stressful.
Interesting. So, can you name one of your favorite actor guys that also does that too? Like, you know what I mean? Like, who do you see yourself as? Like, you know what I mean? Because I see Adam Sandler doing this.
Right.
Chris Rock has jumped into the acting, directing thing.
Yeah.
So, like, who inspires you?
Still to this day, the same three guys that inspired me from day one. Robert Townsend,
Robert Townsend.
with Hollywood Shuffle, Keenan Ivory Wayans with I'm Gonna Get You Sucker and Living Color, and then Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Murphy directed one movie, which is Harlem Nights.
Yeah, Harlem Nights.
But those three guys still I still watch their stuff, and also
and it still holds up too.
It still holds up. You know what I'm saying, to this day, and even Dave Chappelle. Like I still even this morning watching Chappelle's show as I'm getting ready for work. I still watch that. I still get inspired from Chappelle. And even new guys, well, he's not new, but Jordan Peele. You know what I'm saying?
Peele.
Yeah. He's good with that. Ben Affleck is dope as an actor and director. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Ben has really, really impressed me in the acting, directing.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot better as the years go. With every new project. Even Chris Rock.
Yeah.
I like Chris Rock's when he directed Head of State. And if you watch his work as a director and actor, it gets better and better.
Absolutely.
So like Head of State. Then it was I Think I Love My Wife, and then next thing you see what's the movie he did, Top 5. You're like, yo, okay, now he's in his bag. You know what I'm saying?
Plus he executive produced, and I think he co-wrote the Saw spinoffs.
That's right. Spiral.
Yeah, Spiral.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I went to see. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? It was something different. You know what I'm saying? And Sam Jackson's in it, so I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, like anything with Sam Jackson in it is gonna go crazy. Like,
even I went to see Snakes on the Plane 3 times just because of Sam. So yeah. So, but those are guys that inspired me and everything.
That's amazing. So, like, yo, listen, we got some great news. The strike is over.
Yes, yeah.
Like, for those who don't know, there was a writer's strike for us, people like me and Glenn, and hundreds of others that work extremely hard.
Right.
And those that we inspired to get paid properly for their work.
Yes. I know all about that.
And for their work to be respected, and not have a computer write their work.
Yeah, I don't understand that concept.
So, how did this strike affect you personally?
You know what? That was the thing. I was supposed to become SAG and the Writers Guild. I was working on that, and certain things with certain projects just fell through and that never happened. So when the strike happened, I was able to still write and produce and stuff because I was non-union and everything. And so that didn't affect me, but it affected friends of mine that work on TV shows, that work on big productions, and that's their bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? So when that hit them, they're like, yo, Glenn, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? And me, just as a writer that has been hired to write stuff for people, I've been in situations where I write something and they didn't want to pay my full money. You know what I'm saying? They want to pay me, what my work is. And people don't understand you need writers. You know what I'm saying? AI, you don't need a computer to write something. It's like...
And it's only going to do it but so well. I feel like all the computer's going to do is get the story from point A to point B.
That's it.
But there's no grit to it. There's no heart to it. Because computers don't have hearts.
Right, and I don't understand where the studio's minds are going. I think they just think about money. But just like movies has always have been about the writing and, just inspiring.
The heart and soul.
Right. So I don't know what's going on in their mind, but I think things will work out. With this writer's strike, now that's over, even the actor strike and everything, I think things are going to work out because they're going to see that this is not going to work with this AI situation. It's good for certain things, but not what they wanted for.
Yeah, exactly. Like they want to turn the background extras into Grand Theft Auto characters and use them forever, and I'm like, and not pay them
it's like, come on. It's like, you're killing the heart and soul what movies are. You know what I'm saying? It's people who love to perform, and just the whole excitement of going to see a movie. You know what I'm saying? It's like we could watch something and go, okay, that's fake. I'm not gonna say the name of a movie, but I just went to see a big action movie, and I'm like, CGI, and this gets to a point it just takes you out the movie. You know what I'm saying? So.
Like you could look at certain locations and realize, like, yo, that's green screen.
That's green
a very
screen.
Good green screen, but it's still green screen.
Right.
Like for those that don't know, like we've been cursed with this thing that it's hard for us to enjoy films because we
know
bad dialogue.
Like you're like, oh, that's bad ADR. You can hear it, you see it. So it's very hard for us to but even people who don't make movies that go to see movies, their eyes are so sophisticated now. They can see that screen. They can see that's fake.
And that's bad.
Right.
That's bad when the average person can be
see
like,
it.
yo, that's a terrible green screen.
Exactly. So this guy step it up. I think they just need to stop rushing movies and stuff like that. They're really big on the big special effects movie, which is cool. I like those too. But there's a lot of original stories out there. So give those guys $10 million too to do those original stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like and if you don't trust him with 10, give him 5.
Give him 5. Give him If you give me 1.2 million,
Oh,
I can do something with that.
Brother, I'm gonna shake something up with 1.2.
Right. I can do that.
Actually, if I'm being completely honest, the one project that I was telling you about that I've been working on this whole summer,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken, I think 1.2 would just be enough
Just
to
enough.
handle that.
Right. Now, if you want to give me 10 million, I'll take 10 million and make 10 movies with that.
Bro, because it's not hard. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? And I always say this. Like, I posted this on my Facebook. Do not let this industry fool you. There are still Hollywood studios still making movies for $500K.
Oh, yeah. They just put it out there like, hey, it's 1.2 million. No, it's really this amount. They just got to promote it, and no, they twist the truth a little bit and everything.
And plus, on top of that, those are for like, I feel like every big studio has like a indie film.
Exactly.
So like, you know what I mean? If it's $500K, it'll be like the big studio, but it's produced by like the indie fraction
Right,
of that
exactly.
big studio. So
Exactly.
like, you know what I mean? That's how they're able just to be like, oh, it's still ours, but
Exactly.
it's just,
Yeah.
on the lower end.
You can't fall. We don't fall for the okie doke. When you know the system, it's like the Wizard of Oz. When you go behind the curtain and see what it really is, you're like, oh, okay, no. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's for
like-
us. We see him behind the curtain.
Yeah, so guys, Indiegogo, Seed and Spark, all amazing platforms to go fund your projects on, and take your time with funding.
Yeah.
Please do not rush funding. If you have to do 5 rounds instead of 3, do it.
Yeah. Don't rush it.
Take your time.
Don't rush it. I learned that with my stuff. Just take your time with the money, and then also as a writer, write in your script what you have.
Yeah.
So you have a mansion and you have access to a mansion, you get it for free. Put that in the script.
You know what? I can't even front. That's something that I've had to learn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because before, when I first started, brother, I can't even tell you how many scripts I got that got fire-breathing dragons, cars exploding. And then I'm like,
You can't do it.
bro,
That's
I
for
work
something
at
else.
Yankee Stadium.
Right. It's like, okay, I could get a studio here. I'll put that in my story. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I could write a script about 2 friends that own the podcast, and then something crazy happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So it's just
So,
what you
yeah,
got.
right around your resources.
Exactly.
Right around your resources. So that's something that we want to give all the young future writers out there. Right around your resources.
And right where you have access to. You have access to a car, put that in the script. You have access to a restaurant you get for free, put that. So I do it all the time. So before I start my story, I had this idea. Can we get this? Oh, we get it for free. Boom, boom, boom. So every location that I've done, every project I've done, I got the location for free. So that saved me so much money.
Yeah, absolutely. So much money. Money that can be used to put into pushing the film.
Exactly. And you can say, hey, man, for this location, I'll give you a role. The person owns the location. I'll give you a role. Oh,
Something
really?
simple.
Yeah. We'll thank your company and everything in the ending credits. They're like, what? Okay, fine.
And you'll be surprised how many companies go for that, too.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised how many coffee shops will be like, oh, really? Promotion
Right,
and marketing for them.
So you got to work it. You got to think outside the box.
Yeah.
You got to hustle.
So you're doing horror movies now.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the horror movie landscape now? Because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like 2023 was a big letdown as far as like a lot of big action films, and I feel like horror films are going to save it. Like we got The Nun 2
Right.
coming out. Oh wait, is it The Nun 2 or The Nun 3? No, it's The Nun 2.
Okay.
Excuse me. We have The Exorcist, the new Exorcist coming
I
out.
just saw the trailer for that.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about the horror film landscape 23 and in the future of filmmaking?
I think it's with everything. Everything's up and down. You know what I'm saying? Right? There's one time everybody just wanted the big Hollywood special effects superhero movies, but now it's dying down. People want to get back to the basics, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, the audience member trained eye, they can see special effects. But horror movies now is camera tricks and the story and how do you pull people in. And you watch like horror movies. A lot of time it's one location.
It is.
Again, you know what I'm saying? It's one, it's one house, a cabin in the woods. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think it's doing great. It's gonna help. I think, the hard movie for me to this day was Get Out. That's still my movie. It's like,
Yeah.
because I'm looking at that like, oh, that can happen.
Oh, it
You know
can
what I'm saying?
happen.
That can happen. So that's a little bit scary. Also, what was the other one I saw? Man, I think it was Candyman, the reboot.
Yeah, I like the reboot
The
of
reboot was dope. I
Candyman.
was like, that's scary. Then I saw another one. It was an African family in Africa. It was on Netflix. It was about they bought a house. It was haunted, but it was in Africa. That was like something I'd
Whoa.
never seen before.
Africa?
Yeah.
Horror movies?
Yeah.
Whoa, now that's a market that needs to be tapped into.
Yeah, I was like, okay. And then it was a horror comedy, The Blackening.
Yeah. The
That was
Black
cool.
and-
That, you know what I'm saying? That was cool. You know what I'm saying? So I think, people, there's always an audience for. There's a huge audience, even for like the movie that I'm doing. I'm about to act in Screenwalkers. That slasher, bloody,
Yeah.
over the top. There's an audience for that. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm cooking up something right now called Sugar and Slice.
really,
Yeah, so
Okay.
like, yeah, I can't talk about it, but after Pulpit Players, Sugar and Slice will
okay,
definitely be
got you.
a go.
Got
And
you.
shout out to everybody that's out here working, man. The creatives that's out here.
Yeah.
Yo, and listen, I couldn't be out there. Oh, no, that's a poor excuse. I could have been out there, but I got bills to pay. I was at work. Shout out to all the writers that
Writers, yeah.
actually
Yeah.
walked and marched in the strike. Orlando, all y'all, man. Yo,
Orlando. Yeah, I saw homie Orlando. Yeah. I saw
bro.
him. He was out there. Shout out to
Word,
him.
holding it down for us.
Yeah, man. He's shout
Super
out to him.
talented,
So he's
bro.
always been super talented, and but he was always quiet about it. And then next year you like, he did what? You did that? Like he's always been quiet, but he's always been focused and everything. So it's good to see him doing well. Really good to see him doing well.
Right. Yo, I'm happy for everybody that's doing
Yeah,
anything
from
in
AI.
AI.
Yeah,
man.
there's a
Like,
lot of guys doing. My boy Chris Van. From Jersey, he's doing great. Gio, there's a bunch of guys from AI. Ryan, there's a bunch of guys that's doing great in AI. You know what I'm saying? So, we had to hustle. With AI, you had to really go get it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro. Like, yo, AI, like, one thing, I will say this about AI. Like, AI, it wasn't a bad school, but they had some practices.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
I
But
say that
Yeah,
practices.
they had some shady stuff, but you know what?
You
It
know-
prepared us for the business, the
Right.
real side of the business.
And then they also prepared us for the network of friends that we have.
Yeah.
Because now, listen, I'm shooting this project. I know a girl that could sew dress. Oh, I could call my friend up
Right,
that
right,
worked
right,
in
right.
that department.
Right,
Yo, I need a
right.
dress sewn.
Right.
I need the graphic designer homie that sat next to me in
Exactly.
English to design my poster.
Exactly. 'Cause
Like,
it was a film, graphic design, and fashion, and we also good friends. You know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, like yo, listen, like I'm still good friends with everybody
yeah.
from
me
AI.
too. Like,
Shout out to the Art Institute.
Art Institute. I just hung out with Sean Nowens from. He was in the graphic design. We went to a stage play for Kyle Grant, who's in Supply and Demand. He was hanging out with us, and Ryan Staten, who's also from AI as well, doing great in film. And me and Ryan are writing the script. So because AI did what they did, we had to band together. Yeah,
Right.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? We had to band together. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
So-
listen, it seemed like after I left, that school just started falling
Yeah,
apart.
you
little
left
by-
at the right time, because after that,
bro, like sheesh.
we got it bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got it bad. But you had to hustle. It's like, either, I'm going to get my thesis film done no matter what, or you're going to sit there and cry what they're not going to give you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, you got to
And
hustle.
if your thesis film don't get done, you don't get no diploma.
Right. So, yeah, like my thesis film, Traffic Cops, they didn't want me to shoot Traffic Cops. They wanted me to shoot something smaller. So I gave them a fake script and went behind their back and started filming Traffic Cops. And when they found out I was supposed to get kicked out, I was like, wait, let me just show you what I got so far. And I showed them a rough cut. And they were like, oh, this is great. Keep going. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I worked at the film cage. So I got all the new equipment first. So when the new camera came, I want that for my thesis film. So I'll write the request early. You had to hustle. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to get it done, nobody's holding your hand. You know what I'm saying? And that goes
Absolutely.
for AI, that goes for film school, that goes for anything else in life.
Right. So, Brother Glenn, where can the people find you to follow you in your amazing film career that's about to take off, brother?
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. And same to you, man. So I see
Oh,
you doing
man,
your
thank
thing.
you, man. I
See you doing your
appreciate you.
thing, man. But IG, DIR, Glenn Jr. Films. It's on Instagram. You can find me on IMDb, Facebook, Glenn McBride Jr. And then I will be starting a podcast, my own podcast.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, next the start of the new year, called Glenn with Friends. So I'm
Glenn
gonna hit
with
you
friends.
up.
I
yeah.
like that. Oh yeah, bro. Like I'm down, brother.
It's gonna be really fun, and it's gonna be nice. It'll be my first. I always want to do a podcast and everything. So I got the studio, I got the guests, some of the guests, but I'm gonna give you a call. Like, yo, Titus, I need you to come down and
Bro.
have a good time. And then,
Yeah, man, absolutely.
doing good.
And you guys know where you can find me. I am Titus Peoples across
Yes,
the
sir.
board. Like and subscribe to Ultimate Class TV on YouTube. And this has been When Discussion Strikes. Glenn McBride, Titus Peoples. Thank
Have
you.
a good one. Take care, y'all.